It's a very cold, ugly day today. The weather sucks, so I want to talk about something else that sucks. Primus. Primus sucks. Now, there's two ways that this might go, okay? People who understand and people who just don't. I'm not very serious about that, so maybe the title might have been a little misleading. But that's a very old joke right there. That's way before my time, and it's actually a joke that the band themselves regret even making in the first place. Primus is a band that is just not typical in any way, dude. They're just fucking weird, and like, that's good. That's a good thing. Les Claypool, he's a strange cat, and I don't think any bass player really is exactly like him, or you know, there's not that many bands where the bass player is the lead. There is no lead guitarist in Primus. There never has been. It's always been lead bass, and that's kind of unique in itself. So I give major props to Primus for trying something different, and they've been around since 1985, I think. The first demo predates death metal entirely, which is kind of a mind blower to me, because man, they were doing some weird shit back when music was still in its like most experimental era to me, because all these genres were a very new thing. Even thrash metal was not exactly new at that time, but it was still kind of young. Thrash metal was only about 5 years old, really. I see its inception with like 1980, you know, like Venom. Venom was a pretty strong beginning. Celtic Frost, those bands really like got the ball rolling for this new style of metal. And Primus is not metal. Primus is not really alternative music. They're just kind of Primus, you know. There's one band I think that sounds similar to them, and I don't believe it's not on the CD, but some versions of this CD have the cover from The Residents, Hello Skinny and Constantinople. What the fuck, bro? Those songs are so weird. If you know The Residents, which I know one of my viewers does, hopefully he sees this one, The Residents are a strange band too. They're definitely the most bizarre thing I think I've enjoyed, like genuinely. Duck Stab, which came out in 1977, might be off by a year, but I know it's a 70s record. That is some weirdness, and that heavily inspired Primus's sound. If you can't tell by the fact they covered 2 of their tracks, you can definitely tell by the fact that their sound is just as kooky and like atypical. You know, even bands that would tour with Primus and would be kind of in the same realm of oddities, like Tool. Tool never really took that plunge to get as strange and as like unserious with their lyrics, because, you know, any Primus song, any of them, I really could just name you 100, but that's pointless. You get it. Any Primus song, read the lyrics. It doesn't mean anything. Some of them are like actual stories, like Jerry the Race Car Driver. Even off this album, you know, Groundhog's Day, John the Fisherman. But their songs they don't mean nothing, you know. Spaghetti Western, Herald of the Rocks, which is like my favorite Christmas time song. Yes, that is a Christmas tradition for me. But Primus is weird, bro. And if you've never listened to them, hey, peep the Corolla sitting over there. If you've never listened to a Primus song, I don't even recommend one to begin with. Just try any. Just Google it on YouTube. Just type it in and see what pops up. Any of their albums, to be honest with you. They have a few stinkers, but they basically made like 7 perfect records in a row. So anything from the Suck on This live performance to Brown Album, Anti-Pop, and yeah, I mean, they had some weird shit come out later down the road, but when I think of Primus, I think the 80s and 90s Primus, because, man, they were just, I don't know if they were on better acid back then or what, but they just had this strange creative flow that was unending, and every album was different. Every album was unique, and if you're a band, you know, that's kind of the goal, I feel like. You don't want to recreate the same record 6 times. I don't know. Even Incantation can do that to some degree, but they have a perfect formula, so I don't knock them for that. In the future, you'll see some videos about them. But yeah, overall, Primus is definitely a strange ass band, one that I highly recommend. And I don't know, if you're weird, what the fuck, where you been? Go check out Primus, dude. They've been around for a minute, and Les Claypool's getting older. I've seen him once live, and that was definitely quite the hoot. Yeah, go check out Primus. Get weird, get funky, have fun with it.